I think a good definition of eyes closed walking meditation. I've done many, but it could be every time I do it, sometimes I say what I was experiencing. This is something like that, but I cannot say because people can imagine only like a movie, a story with pictures when it is like that, but it has many other movies behind. And for instance, when I am walking eyes closed, walking meditation, what I is just to put a name, it means nothing. It means what I mean with this meditation. For me, meditation is not meditation, it's transcending meditation. Where what I mean always in all my videos is that you are really not in your body and you are not really in your mind. How do you know that? When when you know that, it's like when you know it, you know it. I mean, let's imagine this like you start walking and you start. Well, first you learn to disconnect all your body, connect with your body and relax it, and prepare it for walking on the ground that is relatively safe, no holes, no cars, nothing. And then you disconnect all your fears. There's no fear of animals, there's no fear of falling. If you fall, you fall. But you are not so slept that you are going to crash your head. But maybe you are. That's the small difference, and that makes the great difference. And imagine that you are riding your bicycle for the first time in your life when you felt you were on two wheels and riding a bicycle. That's how, in a way, it would feel to be walking eyes closed because you are going with no destination at all because you're not there. You are right. You are 5 years, 6 years old, feeling the first feeling, emotion, world. It was a new world. It was infinite times better than having the driver license. Just like swimming, right? You don't have to have fear anymore about drowning. And people are not aware of how it feels. And this is what I mean only when I eyes closed walking meditation. It's amazing. I feel several kids in this timeline about all this because all these videos today are about fears and they're not for me. They are based probably on some conversation that I had yesterday night and how people are not aware of things. So everybody has had fears. So probably that's the reason why I'm making all these videos today about being aware of many things and basically strongly about your fears and how amazing it feels because you don't have to fight the fear. You don't have to overcome the fear. You can become the fear sometimes. Are you fearful to death? Die. I die every night. And people don't believe me that I die every night. And before I was eyes closed walking meditation, and now I'm a different person, completely different person. So in a way that I am sharing this experience that I didn't have before the eyes closed walking meditation. And the connections that I was having with the people, because I know many people and I still didn't know what the video was going to be, but I knew I was going to make a video once I am eyes closed walking meditation. I know I'm going to do it. And I know I'm going to disconnect. So I can interrupt myself many times, saying hello to some people, speaking about stingrays and about different things. And then I never lose my path unless there is something much better than my own path, which was coming here to practice my eyes closed walking meditation, listening to Joe Satriani. which is a very important. All the things are key things. It's not just one of them, it's the accumulation of the infinite ones. I don't like Joe Satriani because he is eclectic, or I haven't found it because he's eclectic. Maybe because he's eclectic, I am eclectic. To be eclectic is so reciprocal in a such an awesome way, because it means that you can enjoy and like many different aspects in life that you don't even know they exist first, and then you know they exist and you are afraid to experience, and then you are fearful, or the other way around, first fearful then afraid. It doesn't matter, because fearful is the education, either through your experience or through what you've been told. And this is very well explained in Avatar 2 about the whale. So if you have never felt the black sheep in this quantum way that I explain what the black sheep is, you cannot get the essence of what the whale in Avatar 2 is, because it's what the society has created about the concept and what you really felt out of your ignorance. Because if everybody told you it was a very bad one, I don't know if he knew it. It doesn't matter if he knew it or not, because if it matters in the way that if you know it and then you see the same as the people are seeing and you don't flow and get the amazing experience, then you are living that reality and many others that you can imagine. But when we are not connected with our higher being, the rest of the things make no sense. It's just pleasure for your body sometimes, pleasure for your mind some other times. And it could be great if you feel balanced because you know how to balance, because you don't need to balance, because you are taking the decisions from a higher dimension. And it's not here. And it's not, I always use like, this is like the consciousness, because it's always like, I told you, no, but it's not like that. But this is how I represent when I'm speaking with people and they are realizing about something from a higher level. And it happens with everybody. It never happened to me once in my life that well, what I mean is that it's so natural that people are so narrow pathed, no narrow minded, narrow pathed, because I'm showing an alternative and many others, and they don't see it. They don't want to see it. Fortunately for me, most of the people don't get aggressive. The problem is when somebody sees and is suffering because this person already knows what I'm talking about, but all the weight of material world that you have to remove is not worthy for the pleasure of finding your path. But then you are following the word pleasure or the word reward, compensation, being connected with the music, the same way you can be connected with Dragonfly or with Avatar. There is pleasure is not the word. It's just downstairs nirvana when you feel all these connections. Because the next step is when you stop feeling them, and you're not dead, and you're not alive. You are both, and you feel both perspectives. This is what I was writing on Facebook the other day. Everything is about perspective. The perspective of life from death, and vice versa. That is above nirvana. From a rational mind, I think it is. From where I feel this, everything is the same. There are no levels. It's only an ordinary way of explaining it. It's just like I feel like I'm speaking with the leaves of my plant, the basilicum. I feel the same way now speaking this message on a video that I'm going to share, because these are my intimacies that I don't care, which is when I speak with my plants, I don't speak like, wah, you know, sometimes sorry because I hit them or whatever, but I treat them like an animal and a person, but I eat them. And I'm not going to eat a person. But is that nature, right? So also in Foodtopia, they explain you this perspective so amazingly. I recommend everybody to watch first the sausage party, and then if you didn't get that, then don't need to go to watch Foodtopia, because if you are blocked with religions and fake perspectives of everything, or even identity, that's the problem. That's it's so ridiculous to have a fight in between identities. The ones who have a specific identity, I feel sorry for them. They are absolutely non-dual. They are absolutely non-dual, and they want to be infinite. Okay, but the more you are focusing in that, the more you are getting deep into the cavern, Platón's cavern. No nos comemos a nuestras mascotas y algunos no se comen a sus plantas y otros no se comen a sus familias y a sus semejantes. Con esto no defiendo nada, simplemente lo pongo en una ventana que la gente puede abrir y ni siquiera tiene que dedicarse a ejercer esas acciones para saber si está bien o mal. El poder del bien y del mal solamente lo tiene tu supraconsciencia. Y eso es cuando has tomado el fruto que la serpiente te dijo que tomaras, que Sócrates siguió tomando, que todas las religiones han ido apostando para ir controlándolo. Las religiones no son malas ni son buenas. Las religiones es una necesidad para el 99,99999% de la sociedad. Incluso las tribus tienen su más, pero es la menos distorsionada de todas. Es donde menos maldad hay, donde menos sentido tiene todo. Pero ellos ni siquiera se plantean ser felices.